Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Walnut Lodge's Foundations Intensive. This is part 3. So this is this is the beginning of our second 5 weeks, right? Out of our 10 weeks sessions, our spring session. Man, I'm stumbling over my words today. So we're just going to get right to it. You're going to need probably a strap, and then maybe a block and maybe a bolster. There's a bolster over here behind me. But there's a good possibility that you don't need either of the bolster or the block. we're going to work on some forward bends today after our warm up. And sometimes it's really helpful for sitting forward bends if you can feel that first on a bolster or a block. All right. So, coming to sitting, feel your thighs lengthening as we sit. Things are feeling pretty good. I might have to take a drink before we start, actually. I don't know, I've been really thirsty. All right. All right, so let's come up to table and then spread those hands nice and wide. Get at the fingers as far apart as possible. Elbows to the side. And then work them back so that you feel your shoulder over your fingers. And then just easy rock back and forth. Getting a sense of where that edge is. And if you're not doing this every day, I know that during the intensives we were pretty regular. You know, you have to kind of spend a little bit more time getting into this, because for some of us, maybe this is just a once a week thing now. I know some of us are going to the studio on Thursday, but that's not that many people. Or else maybe you're doing the videos more than once. All right, I'm going to move my hands back a little bit more. I'm going to feel that edge. All right, now engage the fingertips. Squeeze the fingertips into the mat and then release. Squeeze them in. Notice how you shift back and release. Squeeze them into the mat and release. Squeeze them and release. One more time. Really claw your fingers into the mat. Now hold them and then push your shoulders forward. And just feel that wrist adjusting to that, as you can feel the tendons pop underneath your hands. Maybe go a little bit further forward. That'll get the stretch going in an active way. And release back. Tuck your toes under. Feel your feet stretch. Wiggle your heels back, ankle bones together if you can. And then come up onto your feet. Just let that stretch, and then rotate your wrists. Both ways. Now, fingertips towards you. Walk the knees up, extend the ankles, spread those fingers wide, and then just sit back and let the arms adjust. And then when you can, press the knuckles into the mat. Press your thumb, because that first joint of the thumb likes to pop up on some people, on me, on my right hand only. And then bend the elbows a little bit more, seeing if you can peel the heels of the hands off. Keep relaxing in the sockets, reaching the chest forward. Keep pressing the knuckles into the ground. Keep feeling the thumb press. Just a couple more breaths there. Maybe bend the elbows just another inch or so. And then peel the hands again and rotate. Today we're going to do a monkey hand here. Sometimes I leave that out, but did that stretch a little bit longer than normal. And, we're down to this kind of once a week for a lot of people. So, backs of the hands on the ground. Straighten your elbows. Wiggle them forward till you feel a good stretch. Shift a little bit of weight into them, and then make a fist. And then just stay there. Relaxing into the joint. And then just release that. Come on up. And one more rotation. So those monkey hands always get the thumb side of my wrist more than the other stretches. So it's kind of nice to do that. So a couple more. And then while you're rotating, make sure that you have the fingers involved. And you're really just trying to get as much movement as you can, almost to the point where you feel like your lower arm is just starting to get tired. A couple more. All right. And then we're going to slide forward with our hands. Reach them way forward and then pull back. Settle into the hips, relax the shoulders, nice wide fingers. You can feel the blood kind of rushing back into the hands. Yeah. All right. Feeling this big flex of the hips. So feel your sit bones and tailbones go out. Now we're going to pull the tailbone underneath. Suck that tailbone underneath. Let your low back curve come all the way up. And then release the tailbone back. Feel the flex and fold. Tuck the tailbone, suck it up into your stomach and come up. Release the tailbone. Feel the change through the back and sit. Tuck the tailbone, big stomach pulls. Release the tailbone, reach out long with a breath. Exhale. Pull up. Inhale. release down. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release back. Exhale, feel that lower back stretch. Inhale, release back. Exhale, feel the lower back stretch and then push out of the arms, feel the upper back stretch. Inhale, feel the curve change. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release back. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, just one more. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release back. All right, now just slide forward onto your stomach. Elbows in the Sphinx posture. Drop your head, relax your shoulders, and then check out your back. You know, if it's okay just hanging here, just let it hang. If not, take your sit bones and your tailbone and pull it towards the mat, just like we have been doing in that table, all right? But if you're okay to just release it, then just prop your elbows, drop your head, and take a couple of big breaths into your upper back. Seeing if you can drop your head maybe a little bit more. All right, on your next inhale, push your spine up through the blades. Feel that upper back stretch. And then exhale, release down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, push up. Exhale, one more. Inhale, push up, stay there, and then stay on the knees, lift the sit bones, and then tuck under, pull that pubic bone up into your spine. Feel that low back go nice and long. Now when you inhale, feel your spine again push up through those blades. Actually feel your whole back go up. And then when you exhale, just pull your pubic bone, pull that lower stomach into the spine. Keep that area working on the exhale. Keep feeling the breath expand. Keep feeling the exhale of that breath initiate or actually reform the upward pull of the pubic bone. So, you know, you're feeling your stomach work. Now we're going to do 5 shrugs here. Inhale, push up a little higher. And then exhale, release your chest downward, but don't let your stomach go. Inhale, push up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, one more. Inhale, push up. Exhale, come down. This time, let your pelvis go. All right, then slide your elbows forward. And so our waist is now on the ground. Take your sit bones and push them into the backs of your legs. So your low back is a little bit long. Your neck is just on your spine. So we're going to inhale. Breathe your ribs forward and then pull the elbows on the mat. So you're going to try to pull the elbows back without them moving. You feel your shoulder blades. Inhale. Shoulder blades back, chest forward. Exhale. Tailbone reaches to the backs of the legs. Inhale. Pull forward with the ribs. Exhale. Push back. Inhale. Pull forward. Exhale, push back. Feel the spine move. Inhale, ribs forward, elbows back, shoulders back. Exhale, push long. Let your head get involved in this. Inhale, ribs forward, you look forward. Exhale, you press your sit bones and you just look down at the mat. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Two more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Now, come back up, bend the elbows, and then you're going to put your chin on the back of your knuckles or on the heels of your hands. And then relax your throat. You can adjust the elbows forward a little bit if it's too much, or go down to the heels of your hands. Now relax your neck. And then feel your breath go forward to your arms. And then exhale, your sit bones are going to go back. Or you can just relax in your back on the exhale if your low back is feeling good. Right now mine feels really good, so I don't feel the need to really tuck my tailbone and reach it back. Couple more. Every time you exhale, really just try to release your throat. One more. And then come up, release the elbows, pull them back into that Sphinx posture. Drop your head. Release your shoulders. Just let it dangle. You'll feel that the back of the neck just get a lot longer after that. Alright, then just pick your head up, and we're going to roll onto our right side, up on our elbow. Alright, now release the shoulder down, relax your neck, and breathe into that lower rib. Just feel your serratus stretch a bit. So for some of us, especially since we've been doing this, you know, that muscle's feeling pretty good. You can still feel a little bit of the connections into the shoulder girdle if you really let that arm go, so that you feel like that arm is just pressing up into your, it's into the back of my head on the side. Now, push up and out of there. So feel the shoulder blade go way down. And then we're going to come up onto our hand, all right? So move that hand to the side. Push up. First, let your hips go back a little bit. And then rock your hips forward. Release the shoulder at first. So it's up against your ear. You're squashing down, and then let your ribs and waist stretch. So big breaths into that lower side. Try to really expand those ribs when you inhale. So it's not just an easy breath, it's a directed chest breath to the lower ribs. All right, now press down into the hand. Feel your shoulder blade go down towards your waist. Pull your neck out of it. And then you just shift that stretch to right at the waist, really above that right hip crest. And then we're going to release that. Come on down. And then roll to the other side. Stack your legs. Elbow underneath your shoulder, then relax your shoulder blade. Let yourself just sag down. And then try to feel almost like your breath is going to go underneath that shoulder blade. Now press down into that elbow. Feel your neck get long as that shoulder blade really reaches down towards the waist. Couple breaths there. I don't feel any stretch here doing this, so if you're not feeling that either, don't think that you're doing something wrong. But I've taken care of that stretch with that release. All right, so we're going to rock our hips back a little bit, come up onto your hand. Relax your shoulder, hips go back. And then rock back to that side stack. Let the shoulder go. And feel the stretch again, a little higher in the shoulder blade attachments, and then in your ribs, and then in the waist. So just really direct your breath to the lower ribs. And just loosen up the attachments into that shoulder blade. Couple more. Pressing down into that hand. Get up as high as you can. You're on the side of your hip. Feel the quadratus stretch right above the hip crest into the ribs. Some of you really feel this in your stomach. One more big inhale, push up as high as you can. Exhale, and then we come down. Roll back to center. And then push your hips back. Elbows stay down, head to the floor. All right? Now, we're just going to do little baby rocks here before we go up into that dolphin. So you push away from the elbows, head goes to the floor, and then just feel what the shoulders are doing. Do you feel a pinch at the top? Or do you just feel that stretch through your armpit into your back? If your head is down, then you're just inhaling, exhaling, pushing out a little bit into those elbows. And just a little rhythm here, a little bit of motion. Because we worked this, now we're putting it a little bit more on a stretch before we work it a little bit more. All right, then move the elbows back maybe just an inch or so. Tuck your toes under. Nice dolphin or parallel position with your forearms, and then lift your sit bones to the ceiling. Now the same thing, right? Knees don't have to be straight, but when you exhale, push away from your elbows and feel the shoulder stretch, right? When you inhale, you go back a little bit. Exhale, you push it open. We're not doing a full dip, which is the nose coming all the way down between your fingers, but it's just to feel a little bit more stretch, and then really try to open those armpits as much as you can. Feel the tops of your shoulders, and we're now weighting this system that we've set up. So your shoulders are having to push the weight of your body, not all of it, but some of it, up and out. Kind of getting ready for, shoulder stands, where we have to push the whole weight of our body up. Couple more breaths. Last one. Inhale, exhale, push back, and then knees come down. And then push back to sitting. Sit nice and tall, and then just let the shoulders fall. Couple breaths here. And then we're reaching the arms forward. And then pull your tailbone and lengthen yourself out to a straight line. So we're in a half plank. So nice wide fingers. Shoulders are right over your hands. Your tailbone is tucked under. So this is just a warm-up for the push-up. Or for some people, this is, what your push-up is. So we're going to do 5 here and then 5 later, or you're going to do 5 regular push-ups. So we're going to go down and forward and push up. And remember to go forward, trying to keep the elbow over your wrist. Down and forward and push up. Down and forward and push up. Just 2 more. Down and forward and push up. 1 more. Down and forward and push up. Tuck your toes and then sit back. Reach the arms nice and long. Couple breaths through that nice long arm. lift up, and then press back, down dog. Push through. Reach your heels. Now shift your weight to your right leg, and then just give yourself a calf stretch. Heels pressing down. Push from your fingers to your right sit bone. Remember, you're not jamming the weight down into the wrist or to the heel of the hand, especially not to the outside of the heel of the hand. So your thumb and your index finger are pressing more. The elbows are rotating to the outside, and the push is coming from your fingers. Make sure to relax your neck and feel that hamstring. And then shift to the left leg. Push the heel into the ground. Lift that kneecap up. Every time you exhale, push away from your fingers. Keep that thumb pressing. And then press both. All right, you're in a down dog. Now, push away from your hands and feel your shoulders kind of go up to your ears. And then relax the shoulders and feel the shoulders going down towards your waist. So we're adding a little shrug here today. So exhale, push away from the hands, feel that space open. And then inhale, shoulders go up to the waist, you feel like you have a neck again. Push back and release down. Exhale, push back. Inhale, release. Exhale, push back. Inhale, release. Exhale, push back. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale, push back. Inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, push back. Inhale, release. Come down. Come down to the sit. If you need to stretch your wrists, stretch them. So I added that today just to get a little bit more work through the shoulder girdle, because we're actually working all of the actions of the shoulder girdle. Now, that will then build up later to doing those shrugs in a handstand. So just working the shoulder girdle as much as you can, adding different amounts of weight. All right. And then just make sure that as you're doing that, you're not rolling to this little bone here at the edge of your wrist, right? These bones are teeny. So you want to really feel that weight on the hand at the base of the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger. And so in order for that to happen, that whole shoulder has to roll in. And you got to feel the elbow kind of go to the side. All right. So now we're going to do the pulls into the planks and then the dips at the end of that. And remember, after we do the down dog to plank, we're going to do 5 of those. And then we're going to do 5 of down dog, plank, rod, plank, down dog, 5 of those. If you don't want to do those, if you can't, put your knees down. All right, put your knees down or get your bolster and lay on the bolster, or go down as far as the bolster will let you go. All right, here we go. Reaching the hands forward. Feel the thumb and the index finger. Tuck the toes. Press back, down, dog. Pull the kneecaps up. All right, just 5 to warm up. Tuck your tailbone under, lift your belly, lower to the plank. make sure that your shoulders are over your hands, right? And if you need to, just shift the hands a little bit. I usually have to pull mine in a bit. And then lift the tailbone up and push away from the fingers. All right, and again, tuck the tailbone and go out. Lift the tailbone and go back. Exhale, pull the tailbone and go out. Inhale, lift and go back. Exhale, pull and go out. Inhale, lift and go back. Exhale, pull and go out. Inhale, lift. We add the push-up. Exhale, pull to the plank all the way down. Inhale, push, sit bones lift and back. Exhale, pull, plank to run. Inhale, push up, sit bones back. Pull the tailbone, plank and run. Inhale, push up, sit bones back. Exhale, pull, plank to run. Inhale, push up, just one more. And pull, plank to run. Inhale, push up, and go back. Knees come down, sit back, relax the shoulders, sit up nice and straight, big breathing. Just a couple more breaths. You know, it's always nice. My wrists feel nice and warm after that. My hands feel nice and warm. Shoulders. All right, 2 more planks to do. So we're going to slide out on our stomach so that we can go into the side planks. Legs together. Now remember, these don't have to be full Sphinx planks. They can be side planks from the knees. So elbows underneath your shoulders. Drop the chest down. And then push your spine up through your shoulder blades. Pick your tailbone up. And then tuck the tailbone under. Pull your pubic bone up into your waist. Now you either stay here or tuck your toes under. And then push to the full Sphinx plank. Knees are together. You feel hands, elbows, and then push up so that you feel your spine push through your shoulder blades. Now we're going to roll to our right arm and push up. All right? We've done a lot of shoulder work, so you should be able to feel pushing the elbow down into the mat so you feel the kind of body push up and off of that. So keep feeling the down push into that elbow, and then keep trying to make the space in that right shoulder more. Breathe. One more big inhale. Now roll back to center. Take that tailbone, tuck it under again, and then roll to the left side. Push up. Push down into the elbow to push your chest up and off of your arm. Breathe. Keep going. Keep pushing up. Big inhale. Exhale. Roll. Knees down. Push back. Just part of the way. Elbows stay down. And then give yourself a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Keep the elbows down. Tuck the toes. Press back into a dolphin. Legs straight or not. Now we're going to do dips, all right? Inhale. Nose goes to the ground between your thumbs. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale down. 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 Just two more. Inhale down. Exhale, last one. Inhale down. Exhale back. Knees down. Sit back. Nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Couple of breaths. All that work. It feels good though. Just one more. Reach the arms forward. Tuck your toes, press back, down dog. Now before we go out to that plank, just feel this one time, right? Push away from your fingers and you feel that space in the shoulder joint. Now release and just feel your neck go long, your shoulders are kind of pressing back. We want to keep a space in the shoulder joint. Push away, pull your stomach, lower to the plank. Now push up so you feel the shoulder joint open and then roll to your right side and side plank. Push up, breathe. Keep pushing up. Keep pushing up. Push up. One more. Inhale. Exhale, roll, center. And then left side, push. Push up. Push up. Push up. Push up one more time, nice and big, push way up. Inhale, exhale, roll center. And then just push back, down dog today. Reach through the heels. Couple breaths right here. Feel that space in the shoulder again. Keep the space. Pull your tailbone into your chest. Lower to that plank. And then slowly down, rod, up dog. Chest lift, leave the knees down, roll the shoulders, pull the stomach. Feel your sit bones go down. Push up a little higher with your chest. Couple more. And then sit bones back. Come to child pose. Arms either out or pull them back. And then roll up to sitting. All right. How are we doing? I know that was a little bit more than normal, but I thought that I would just push that just a little bit. All right. That was just a little bit more than normal. All right. Let's come to sitting. All right, so I haven't done much forward bending, sitting forward bends. Today we're going to work that a little bit. And then first what I want you to determine is, how tight are they, right? Can you sit up and make a nice straight line, right? Can you pitch forward from your hips and reach your feet, right? Because what we're trying to avoid is just rounding forward and grabbing our legs. All right, so if you have a strap, what we're gonna do is make a giant loop. And I want you to put it underneath your armpits. All right, actually if you move it down so that it's right below your shoulder blades, and then loop it over the balls of your feet. All right, now you should be able to push your chest forward and feel that line. So your shoulder blades are pulling back, but your chest is pushing forward. And as that happens, you feel your pelvis go into that anterior tilt. That is what we are looking for, all right? The anterior tilt. Now, for some of us, and I'm included in this, my forward bend is limited by my calf stretch, which is very bad. So this strap around the balls of my feet really helps that calf stretch, because now I can't cheat, because if I reach forward I still can't touch my feet. For me to go further forward in this kind of setup, what I want to do is I want to make my strap shorter. All right, so I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there. So we're going to spend another minute here. What are you doing? Your feet are flexed, and you're pushing your chest forward. Now, if I didn't have a strap, I could put my feet up against a wall so that they would be flexed. Or I could put them up against the legs of a chair, and I could grab that. I think that's what I'll do next week. But we're just going to push our chest forward from the shoulder blades. And just keep breathing and just feel that line lengthen. Now, if you have a strap, you can tighten your strap. But why I like this strap here is because when I pull back and try to curve my back, I can feel my pelvis. It's easier to feel you going into that posterior tilt. And, we're looking for that low back to go forward and the chest to go out. So just imagine if we were standing on our feet, we'd be just reaching our chest almost horizontal. Maybe I would be like a little bit past that horizontal. My knees are pulling up, my feet are flexing, and you can just feel the stretch of the hamstrings and the glutes and the heels, the calves rather. Now this is working, we're just working the stretch. We're going to release over into this stretch in another minute. Push forward again with your chest. Last 30 seconds, really push the heels, really push your chest forward. I can just about touch my toes here in this nice form. Shoulder blades are down, right? Reaching everything long. And then relax over. You can take your strap off, you can let your feet go. Just grab hold of your ankles or your feet and let your spine curve forward. So the forward reach that you're getting now is really just from the release of your back. We haven't added anything from the hamstrings through the glutes. Is this a bad stretch? No. It's just a nice release over. And if we stay here a little bit longer, which we're going to, you'll continue to release and your chest will get closer and closer to your thighs. Maybe not a lot, but just a little bit. Couple more breaths. And then just roll yourself up. All right, now we were over there for quite a while. So what we're going to do now is take your hands back behind you, fingertips towards you. Now, a lot of times we do this with a strap. Today we're not going to. We're just going to spread our hands nice and wide and roll the shoulders back and up. All right, so big inhales into the chest. Keep pressing through your hands, right? Now, try to keep your elbows nice and straight, but don't lock them out, all right? Don't make them so that they're hyperextended. So how do you know how to do that? Well, my elbows are hyperextended. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to hyperextension, And then I'm just going to release the elbow just a little bit past that. Keep lifting the chest up. All right, so bend your knees, soles of the feet flat on the ground. Not quite as wide as your yoga mat, just maybe a little bit wider than your sit bones, all right? So we're going to take our tailbone, push your chest up, and then just push the pelvis up to a reverse table. Keep pushing up. Pushing up from your arms. You might feel like your shoulders are a little fatigued, right? After all that work. We're going to stay here another just 10 seconds. Push up. And come down. Sit bones down. Release. Come to sitting. All right, just one last thing. So we're going to pull our right foot up onto our thigh. All right? And then we're going to try to get our heel all the way up to our hip socket. So just right now, see how far up you can get that. So we're working into half lotus. Now we've done a lot of hero work here. And that is an internal rotation of the hip. And it gives the knee a nice stretch. This is giving the knee a stretch on the outside, but you have to really be careful with the lotus positions, right? Some of us aren't going to be able to get all the way up to the heel or to the hip. So after a couple tries, I can get mine up there. And then check out your knee. My knee is pretty far away from the ground. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to sit up, and you're going to just let this knee bounce just a little bit. See if you could loosen up your hip. And if not, we're going to sit there. So for those of us that can really feel the stretch through the outside of the knee, it's just a little stretch. We're not going to pitch forward today. We're not going to do anything with the hip. We're just going to feel the knee in this position. I feel like this really helps my knees. But if you need this, which I do, you have to kind of do it every day. But it's an easy thing to do when you're sitting, right? Just pull your leg up, get it all the way to your hip socket. If you can't get it to your hip socket, you can put it right above your knee so that it looks more like a figure 4, right? But then, you'll notice, like I'm noticing after this has been almost a minute, like everything starts to just relax into the shape. And then pick it up, release it long, all right? And then go to the other side. If you don't get it up on the first round, you can like pull it a couple times. And then if it's hard, if you're having a hard time sitting up, then next time you could use the bolster. Actually, that's what it's for, but I'm kind of running out of time, so I'm just going to this. So in case that you would like to do this during the week, I find it really helpful. So push yourself up nice and tall. Just let that knee and your hip relax. And so what I'm finding is that on this side, my hip is tighter. On the other side, my knee was tighter. We'd like everything to be even and level and balanced. And that's why we're sitting on our mats. Just another 30 seconds. Just releasing into that knee. Try to keep pushing your pelvis forward so that you have a nice straight line through your body. And then we're just going to pick this up, stretch that leg long, maybe roll them in and out a little bit, sit up nice and tall, And that is it for this afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being with me. Enjoy the day. Namaste.